Little update. Thank y'all for joining. Managed to pick up some free plastic lightweight garden fence. Each section probably weighs about 6 pounds, if that. Made some handrails. They are solid. Plan on making some in the rear as well. I need to build a ladder on this side going to the roof. So I may put me a little angled ladder right here, or a straight one. Maybe a little short, maybe 2-foot handrail on each side. I want to go ride and go play in the water, but I got work to do. Nothing's really changed on the inside. I do have my studs to install on the ceiling. In between these, I put another set of studs. And I do need to put my backing studs for my bathroom wall. It's gonna go right here. And another one somewhere right here. Thought about moving the bathroom wall to here. It'll make for a smaller bathroom. I may wind up doing that. I mean, I really just need enough room for a portable toilet and a shower. I ain't decided fully on that. Yeah, she's coming along. Work's getting done. I was very happy with the test ride. I went to spend 2 hours riding it, and man, it was just nice, very stable. I had 3 adults on it. We'd all get on one side. I'd hang onto the post and lean way over on the outside, and she's very stable. So I'm happy. There's a lot of concerns about my cabin being too heavy. Yeah, it probably is too heavy. It does just fine. I wish I would have built lighter, but really I'm happy with the result I have. I don't plan on playing higher to 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. I took it out, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, 8 to 10 mile per hour winds, and she done just fine. In idle, you don't have much authority in idle, which that's to be expected. The wind drags you around in idle. You gotta give it a little throttle to control it. But she does fine. Today I'm gonna work on finishing the handrails. They came out really nice. They're a good height. A little bit lower than the waist. Very good height, and they're solid. All tied in. Temporarily put my number plaque there. And then you find a better location, or maybe that'll work. I do plan on building 2 benches out of treated deck boards, one on this side, one on that side. And I still need to address the front door. Really, once I take care of the front door, it's gonna be hard for me not to go have an adventure and go camping in it. Because even with it not insulated, when I done my test ride, it was 87, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, lots of sunshine, and with the windows open, it felt like a good mid-70s in here. It felt nice cool breeze. I do have a lot of windows I can open to let air through. And then plus the back door, it felt really nice in here. So I probably could take it on little camping adventures now, but I think I'm gonna try to hold off and wait. In a week or 2, I'm gonna get the foam sprayed. Once the closed cell foam is sprayed, I'm gonna do at least 1 inch on the walls and probably 1.5 to 2 inches on the ceiling to give it more strength. It is a walkable roof, but 1.5 inches of foam is gonna make it a lot stronger and more walkable. The white paint I put on the outside, I believe, was a good choice. It reflects a lot of the heat. It's never really hot in here. That's a good thing. But yeah, thank y'all for stopping by, and there's a short update. I still haven't decided on the AC. This is where I designated for the air conditioner to go, 5,000 BTU. I don't think it's gonna be too often I need it. I'm not gonna be living here full time. There's be more of a use on the weekend, or sometimes for a one week trip. I'm sure in July and August it's going to get very hot, so I may need an air conditioner, but I really didn't want to have to bring a generator, have a generator running to stay comfortable. The objective of this boat is not to live in comfort. I mean, it's a houseboat made to go enjoy yourself on the weekend, but with that being said, you don't want to sweat and be miserable all weekend either. So like I said, I'm undecided. I'm gonna wait till after the foam's in, and probably after I get the interior done to decide if I'm gonna do the AC, or I may just go ahead and build the box for the AC. Because as I mentioned in a previous video, we've all seen those little campers with a 5,000 BTU window unit, and it's got a box built into the wall to where the AC doesn't stick outside. That's how I'm gonna do it. But I'm gonna build a fiberglass or an aluminum tray for the air conditioner to sit in. That way, if any water will leak, it doesn't leak into my interior walls, which is a common problem with those little campers that have a window unit inside. The RV manufacturers don't really do it good enough, and it always leaks and rots the wall. I'm not gonna have that issue. The only thing I don't like about putting my AC box, I lose cabinet space, because the AC boxes will come out to about right here. So my cabinets are gonna start right here. So I will lose one corner where I wouldn't have cabinets. But I could build the AC box, not cut the outside, and I can temporarily use that as a cabinet. And if I decide to install AC, I can pull the cabinet door off, or I can make it look like a cabinet to where it will close and there's an AC behind it. I can do a couple options here, but hadn't fully decided. I don't have no plans for this. This whole build is build as you go. I pretty much started from nothing, just a pile of barrels. I decided, let me go buy some lumber, let me make something. It started out as an 8x20 hull with 17.5 foot of pontoons plus the diverters that made it 20 foot. And then once I decided, I was putting an outboard on it. I was originally going to put a tiller handle outboard, thick drive, and just make this an open haul just to go play on, fishing, maybe do some crabbing, just mostly play around the lake and the marshes with this as an open haul. And I've done that for a little while, but I wanted to upgrade the steering, and when I done the steering, I went with old style cable steering, which if you're not familiar with, is a drum with a cable wrapped around. It's tight in here, and there's a big console. I got it full right now. Anyway, the cable steering requires the pulleys to be past the transom for my application. So the cables come out from under the hull. One shoots this way to a pulley on this end, and back to a pulley on the motor and dead ends. Same thing on the other side. So I needed past 20 foot to connect that. So that's why I added my 2 foot on my fantail. Before I added my decking, I planned ahead for that. And as originally was a short foot motor, I added that 2x6 on top to put a long foot 20-inch motor. And of course I had to make my own steering brackets, and it all works. It works fine. But that's why I eventually wound up the 22 foot length, was because of the cable steering I chose. I could have gone with a traditional Teleflex, but I already owned everything to do the old school cable, and really I like the old school cable. Old school cable has more steering throw than a Teleflex, and then it's non-feedback. Wherever I turn the wheel, it holds its heading. To where a Teleflex, when you let go of the wheel, it slowly starts walking back to center, or it'll slowly start turning to the side, depending on how your trim on your motor set up. With the old school cable with a small motor like this, wherever you turn the wheel, it stays. I do have a lot of things planned. I have everything for the interior just about paid for. I have a breaker box, a 120 volt and a 12 volt from an RV that's being salvaged. I have a sink already. I have new faucet. I've got to build the shower. I do have the faucet for the shower. I have a brand new cassette toilet that's going in here. I have a brand new futon that's going right there. Folds out to a full-size futon. Again, bathroom, shower, and toilet is going to be here. I forget the measurements, but it's roughly, I'm going to have a 32-inch wide shower by, I want to say, 4 feet in length, a little room right here to where I can put a cassette toilet in the corner. And the shower is going to go overboard as gray water only. Here in Southeast Louisiana, it's legal to dump gray water from like a shower and a sink. You can't dump human waste. So that's why I have the cassette toilet, just until I get an RV tank. This eventually be set up like an RV to where I can pull up at any campground and have normal camper hookups with the sewage hose. And I do have a shore power plug that's going to go in the back corner I have a water fill that's going to go somewhere undetermined, because initially I was putting a water tank under the sink, a 20-gallon water tank, but after doing my test float, I got a 10-inch draft in the rear and about a 8 to 9-inch draft in the front. So I'm a little high in the bow, which I'm going to leave, because if 2 people are sitting on the bow, it's going to level out. But I need to figure out where to put my water tank. So I'm going to see about putting the water tank under my futon. I'm going to have to go measure the height of my futon. I may have to build a pedestal for the futon, measure the height of my water tank. If my 20-gallon tank is too tall, then I'm going to have to downgrade and buy like a 16-gallon or another 20-gallon that's lower profile to fit. From here on out, I got to try to distribute weight. My little kitchen counter I spoke about in previous videos will come out 22-inch counter, and the cabinet's only going to come out, I don't know, maybe 3-foot cabinet, 22 by 3-foot cabinet, but the counter space is going to extend to 5 foot total. But the bottom is going to be hollow right here, because I'm building a bench seat right here that can also be used as a bed. It's going to be sort of like a quarter berth on a sailboat, to where you get in the bed, your feet's going to go under counter space. That way I have the option to sleep 3 people if I needed to. So I have the option to sleep 2 adults if they get along together. They can sleep on the futon together, and another adult on this side. I can't wait to get it finished, but you know, it's not about the money right now, it's about the time. So while waiting for my spray foam guy to be ready, I'm taking care of things like the handrails, and I think they're coming out all right. I thought hard about putting a handrail across the front. I have enough material to put a handrail across the front and a gate. I actually have a matching gate with the hinges that goes for it, but I don't think I'm gonna put it. I left only have 4 foot of awning overhang. I left 2 foot open intentionally, so if you want to fish, there's nothing restricting you from casting your line. Now on the rear, I think I've done kind of the same thing, but there's not much room to work on the rear. See, I've just got enough room to open this door and get around my motor. I am going to put a handrail here. My battery box goes on that side. That's where it was originally. That's what the holes are drilled for on the deck. So I think I'm going to put the battery box back. It's going to have 2 deep cycle batteries right here. And I'm going to put a ladder that goes up to the roof. It is a walkable roof. I still need to do trim work. I didn't do none of this yet. This needs to be cut, straighten off topic. I'm getting this sprayed with foam as well to give me strength, and once the foam's on, I'm coming back with like a shiplap, sealing some kind of lightweight panels on the front and rear. And again, this is where the AC hose is gonna be. I hadn't cut that out yet. So like I said, I'm undecided. And there's a weird little spider right there. I need to touch up my paintwork next to the spider. A lot of things to do, but a lot of things have been done. Door still needs to be sanded and painted. I need to get rid of this window and put a clear window instead of a privacy window. Need to clean windows. The thing's dirty. But yeah, she's doing great. I really just want to pick up all my tools and go launch her and go spend the rest of the day riding. We have a good 10 to 12 mile an hour winds. The boat can handle it. I have a full tank of fuel. I really just want to go play and ride, but work's not gonna get done if I go play and enjoy. Man, it's so tempting. I appreciate everybody viewing, all the feedback, even the guys on the Facebook group that posted negative comments about I was wasting time and it's not gonna float, it's gonna flip over, and for the money you invested, you could have bought a used pontoon or a used house. But look, down here in Southeast Louisiana, used pontoons and used houseboats are very high in price. There's not many of them down here. Most people who have houseboats, they keep them. You know, Louisiana has miles and miles of bayous where people just park camp boats and they go out for the weekend and spend a weekend on camp boats and houseboats. So buying a used one is very hard down here. It drives the market and the price high. I mean, I've seen 30-foot houseboats, a factory houseboat, say like I don't know, one of those little Ramblers and Holiday Mansions, little factory houseboats that are rotten. Needs a complete remodel. You know, so you basically get in a hull with engines that may or may not run for about $5,000 with a title, and you need to put $15,000-$20,000 back into that boat just to put a new floor in it, new walls. I mean, it's just too much money. And pontoon boats, usually in my area, within 100 miles of me, you can pick up a 20-foot pontoon boat on two 20-inch pontoons with a trailer and a title, starting at $2,500 with a rotten deck, no motor. So you're just getting two pontoons with an aluminum frame and a trailer that may or may not have a title. For a pontoon boat that has a motor, with a good deck ready to go, it's in fair shape, you're looking at $5,000 is where it starts. And if I was to build this on a pontoon boat, I would need three pontoons, and it would have to be the 24-inch pontoons. So I would have to look into a tri-toon, a big tri-toon that's 20 to 24 foot, and just a hull tri-toon 24-inch with a trailer and a title with no motor. I'm looking at $5,000 down here. I have a little over 6,000 invested in everything you see here. Plus, what you don't see is the interior. I have all the sheeting for the walls. I have the money picked up for the installation. I have my furniture. I have my toilet. I have my electronics, my lighting. I have a Sinrad chart plotter. Like I said, I've got my entire 12-volt lighting system and wiring already paid for. And for over $6,000, you're not going to find anything that comes close to this for that price. I mean, I wasn't sure if I could build this and get it done. I mean, you really don't know until you try. I have no training or no formal carpentry skills. I just build things. I'm not an engineer. I didn't take carpentry lessons or classes, or I never worked in carpentry. I think I've done a really good job for not knowing. I have a habit of overbuilding things. Like, did I need a piece of cut off 2x6 corner bracing? No, I did not. But I put it. This thing is strong. Initially, I want the closed cell foam for the strength because I was afraid my structure might have been weak. Closed cell foam adds a lot of strength to a wooden structure. I probably don't need the closed cell foam because this thing is just so strong. But being I use regular interior plywood for my walls, and I seal the outside where it's waterproof on the outside. If I put the closed cell foam, it's going to seal it the inside to where I won't get buckles. I already had problems with buckling right here. I had a buckle on the bottom here. I still have a buckle here. You see this gap right here? This plywood buckled out, and that's from the weeks of sitting here covered up with a tarp. We had a lot of rain, and that was before I had the exterior waterproof. So I do have some buckles down the side. Let's see if I can. Nah, you can't really see it, but when the sunlight hits a certain way, you can see waves and buckles on both sides. And in fact, right there, you can see a little curve, a little buckle. But overall, I'm happy with it. I'm not gonna fight that little buckle. See that buckle right here? You can see it. Buckle. It is what it is. I'm very happy with it. I've got zero complaints. If I was to build it over and change anything, I'd probably pick the same materials. I'm rambling like I always do. You guys should be used to that. I repeat myself a lot. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. But so far, I'm very happy with my project. I just noticed another buckle right here. This needs to go out. Yeah, so I added a batten right here to take care of a buckle I had there. I added 2 battens there to take care of a buckle I had there. So I may have to add a few more little battens. But I don't want to screw in from the exterior now, because I already have my poor man's canvas. It's already waterproof on the outside, so I don't want to pop holes in that unless I have to. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate y'all. I'll do more when I can. Pretty much today's Sunday. I have the whole day off. I think I'm going to work on handrails, and I may start building my rear ladder. Right now I'm just killing time getting things done until I can get the spray foam put in. Once the spray foam's put in, then it's be a matter of me having free time to do the interior, but it's gonna turn out nice. I've already had a few people stop by and offer to buy it. I've got one older couple who wants to buy it right now, like it sits, for $10,000, and I'm not ready to sell it yet. I would like to use it a few times. I've got about 6,000 invested in it, but the hours, if I had to guess, 300 to 400 hours easily, maybe a little more. I've got a lot of time invested in it, and that's hard to justify a price on the amount of time and the hurt, because I am disabled. I'm not eligible for disability, but I'm disabled, so it's very hard for me to get things done. I have a permanent nerve damage. I have a weakness in hands and arms, and anyway, it's not really that relevant. It is, because it is and it isn't. If a disabled man could build this in his free time, there's no reason a perfectly healthy person like you can't start a project like this. Again, I have no knowledge or skills in carpentry. I just built a few things over the years. I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. No plans for this. I didn't draw anything out. I just, in my head, I know what I want built, and that's what I start doing. I build it. I calculate what materials I need. I buy it. I start measuring. I build. There's no reason you couldn't do the same. And if you're pretty decent with your hands, if you can build something simple like a little table or a cabinet or hang a door, even, you can build something like this. And for $6,000, I'm not gonna better find a boat this size ready to go. See y'all on the next one.